Hello my friends all over the world, wherever you are. William Poloniak here again at Whole Health Foundation. Today I'm making some grape juice. Whenever grapes are on sale I buy them and I'll either clean them and eat them or make grape juice. Today I'm going to make grape juice. But before you make juice from grapes, soak them in water and 1 cup of vinegar for about a half an hour. And stir them up, make sure they get clean. Now before we start making grapes, I want to point out that I'm using the near zero blowback cutter, which has over 80 teeth cut into it, and this will shred produce 4 degrees centigrade cooler. So let's install the cutter. And I also want to point out that I'm using the front loading feed tube. The front-loading feed tube is an exclusive invention of Whole Health Foundation, and it will never spit produce up to your ceiling. Now let's plug in the thermometer and we'll start making some juice. Now before I feed in grapes, I want to point out that there's just as much and more resveratrol in the stem as there is in the fruit, so I'm going to feed the whole thing in. And because grapes are very, very liquid, you want to make sure you cover this because it might spit out onto your apron. So put the pusher over the hole, turn it on, and feed in your grapes. Again, only go down halfway when you've got liquid stuff like cantaloupe or grapes, even apples. Stem and all. Now I have 2 cloths here that I keep exclusively for grapes and grape juice. For each kind of fruit, I keep 2 cloths separate in the freezer, and I keep them in the freezer because germs and airborne contaminants cannot grow. So these 2 are exclusively for grapes, and what I'm going to do is line the cloths with a bamboo liner. And the reason I do that is because fruit juice will stick to the cloths. Now what I'm going to do is clean the feed tube but into the cloth. So let's remove that and set this aside to clean with the cutter. I'm going to clean before I press juice. But as long as I've got this open, let's fill 1 cloth with grape pulp. And it's very, very liquid, so be very careful that you don't overfill. Fold the bamboo liner over the grape pulp. Directions like so. I'm going to set that aside, and now I'm going to clean my feed tube and so on. So I'm going to take the cleaning brush, and every juicer comes from Whole Health Foundation comes with this cleaning brush. It's the perfect size to fit into all of the openings of the feed tube. And with the wet brush I'll clean the front of this, and usually I put a sponge down there, just forgot this time. Clean the front, and either with a wet towel or a spray nozzle like I have, clean the front and then reassemble and continue. Never leave the cutter on the shaft. Put it up here with the hole facing down for good drainage. Another bamboo liner, and we're going to reuse these liners. We don't throw them away in between. We throw them away at the very end. So let's put more pulp in here. And we'll fold that over again. It's very, very liquid. Fold the cloth over the bamboo. And then we're going to put 2 cloths full of pulp at one time into the juicer. This is very, very important. Make sure it's on the tray properly, centered left to right, centered front to back, all the way back, back it off a little bit. Now there's a little bit of grape juice in here, so very, very carefully I'm going to pour that into here. As soon as you get juice full, advance it all the way. And we'll take the cloths out and repack them. Turn the machine off in between. You don't throw away the liner. Open it up, and we'll put more pulp in here. Fold the liner over the pulp again in thirds. It's very, very liquid, so you have to be very, very careful. Then fold the cloth over the bamboo liner. As tight a package as you can make. The tighter the better. Fold it into a nice tight package. Set it aside. Now, let's open up this cloth again. And again, 2 cloths into the press. And as I said before, as soon as you get juice full, advance it all the way. Because this is so liquid, I'm going to advance it just a little at a time. And then all the way. And pull it into a very tight package, into thirds, and we'll put it in the press and make more grape juice. Again, very, very important. Right in the center, centered left to right, centered front to back, all the way back, back it off a little bit. Now with very liquid pulp like we have here, it's very, very important to wait until you have traction. Even though juice is flowing, it still could slip apart. So when you determine you have traction, advance it a little bit more. And then all the way. Now here's the last of my pulp. And what I'm going to do now is repackage it. I'm not going to throw it away. What most people would do now is throw this pulp away. I'm going to set the tray back so it doesn't drip on the countertop. Put this over, and I'm going to use a measuring beaker to measure how much more juice we can get if we repackage this. Now here's what I'm going to do. Because this is very, very liquid, I'm going to take both of these inside packages and put them together. And what I'm going to do with this is form it into a very, very tight ball. And let's see if we can get any more juice out of this. And I'm using a special folding technique. What I'm going to do is fold this under 2 or 3 or 4 times, as many times as I can manage, in both directions. As tight a package as I can make, the tighter the better. And I'm going to press this again and see how much more juice we can get. You can always get more juice by repackaging whatever kind of produce you have. So all the way back and back it off. Well, there's a second pressing, and we have 7 ounces. That's a little more than 10%. Well, actually, we've got 8 ounces. It looks like from this batch we got 4 and about 1/3 bottles. So I'm going to cap this off. I have a tiny bit here for a taste test. With this one is I'm going to add 50% water up to here and see what it tastes like diluted, because I suspect that grape juice is very, very sweet. So let's do a taste test. Alright, my friends, pure grape juice. Let's give it a taste. Very sweet, very tasty, and also almost syrupy. It's very, very concentrated. So let me now taste the grape juice that is 50% water. Grape juice, 50% water. Well, for me, I like it better. Pure grape juice is very sweet, very concentrated. You might want to put only 25% water instead of 50% water. It's up to you, of course, when you make your grape juice. Well, I hope you like what you've seen, my friends, and if you do, please tell a friend. If you'd like to phone me, my phone number is 760-753-0321. My email address is developtrust@cox.net, and my webpage is wholehealthfound.com. See you in the next video.